guys, it's your girl Folasade, the accountability accountant, guys. I am so excited to be here with you guys on this busy tax season Tuesday, guys. So if you guys don't know who I am, I help entrepreneurs by giving them the numbers and the accountability that they need, guys, to grow their business to 7 figures, save on taxes, build generational wealth, and live the life that they dream of. So, guys, I'm so excited because I'm near deep in tax season. Look, yeah, I'm near in deep tax season, right? You can kind of see. Okay. In deep tax season. So what better way to really dive right in and to kind of explain the chaos and the mess that COVID has gotten us into. So tonight's show, we're talking about all things taxes, why your tax refunds might be lower, what changes to expect, and everything else. So this is the time for many of you to bring all of your questions, all of your concerns to tonight's show so I can answer them, as well as definitely guide you guys throughout this upcoming tax season. So if you're a newbie, please, you want to grab your pen and grab your paper, because I do drop quite a bit of gems and information that you guys will be able to use and be able to apply at a later date. But if you don't take your notes, you won't be able to. And better yet, guys, if you're watching this on any social media platform, please share the video. Tell your girlfriend Folasade is going live. She's talking about all things taxes, guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a step back and take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, welcome. Okay, guys, so look, 2020 was the year of the unknown, okay? Many of us, even I, was hit hard from 2020 due to the pandemic, COVID, whatever you guys want to call it, right? We've all been hit hard. But what many of you did not predict to happen is that your good old 2020 tax refund was going to also be impacted by the changes with COVID. And that is exactly what happened with a lot of you. And some of you may not even know it yet because you have not started to file your taxes. So let me go ahead and bust your guys' bubble. Your refund may either be, see, this is where it gets tricky. It can be higher, lesser, or in the middle. Oh, higher, lesser, or in the middle. And here's why. So your tax refund may be a little bit higher than the normal years because guess what? Guess what? How? You didn't, you still worked, still paying, but you gave more to charity. You know, you may have done a little bit more. You cleaned out the house and gave some more to charitable contributions. You gave more, you paid more into your mortgage, or guess what? You paid more into your state taxes. So your itemized deductions increased. So everybody didn't have financial disruption during COVID. So let's not say that everybody was broke, everybody had financial problems. That's not the case. Some people won and still winning during this pandemic, right? But many of you, the majority of people, will see a decrease in your tax refund. And here's why. So this is the time when you guys want to grab your pen and your paper. Number one reason, if you qualify for the earned income tax credit, there's a key word, earned, E-A-R-N-E-D, earned, right? That means you have to literally work for it, okay? That means you have to slave for it, right? Okay, so many of you don't have that large amount of earned income as you did in previous years due to, one, your job being displaced, either you were furloughed or your company, you know, closed down, whatever the situation may be. You had to rely on unemployment benefits, right, to be able to sustain your household. And that's where the problem lies. Unemployment is not considered earned income. Unemployment is unemployment. It does not allow you to qualify for more money based on the earned income tax credit. It doesn't allow you, it's not even included in the earned income credit calculation. So that's the number one reason why many of you right now, as you're watching the Money Zone on ripradionetwork.com, your tax refund is much lower. It's because your earned income is much lower. However, they did implement some tax credits, okay? Whereas us professionals know what to do. I'm not going to say all professionals are alike. I can't speak for your tax person, okay? I can only speak for me, right? So I know what to do to mitigate that problem. But the problem is many of you are not using professionals. You're rushing to go and file your TurboTax, your tax return via TurboTax. You're rushing to go and do it for free. And it's not free. Y'all be getting ripped off and don't even know it. But that's a whole nother show in itself. So many of you are going to rush to TurboTax, or you've already rushed and went to TurboTax, and you were shocked. You were shocked because your refund was much lower, thousands and thousands of dollars lower, and you don't know what to do. And I honestly can't help you because you're not my client. If you were my client, I can help you. But if you're using the TurboTax software, you have to rely on them folks, the people in TurboTax, to help you guys with these credits and this situation. So that's number one reason. Your earned income tax credit is lower, and you don't have a tax professional that knows what to do to get that resolved. Problem number two, many of you have not given into charitable organizations or donated clothes and stuff as you normally would. So your itemized deductions are much lower than what they normally have been. So you're probably like, Folasade, what is itemized deductions? You keep saying itemized deductions, right? So let's call the itemized deductions all of your expenses that the IRS says that's personal, that you can deduct on your taxes. So your itemized deductions is your mortgage interest, your property taxes, your charitable donations, your medical and dental expenses, okay? And a few other expenses, but those are the major ones, right? So those are your itemized deductions. So think about it. If you ended up going on forbearance for your home, your mortgage interest is lower, right? If you went on forbearance on your home, your mortgage insurance premium is much lower. So by you paying less and obtaining that forbearance, right, that means you didn't pay the same amount of mortgage interest as you did last year. So your itemized deductions is lower, okay? Also, some of you did not work as much, so you didn't pay as much state taxes, and your state taxes is included in your itemized deductions as well. So what does that mean for you? So that means, again, guys, your itemized deductions is much lower. And the lower your itemized deductions, meaning the more income that is taxed, which now says you're going to get a lower refund amount. So this COVID have basically hit us across the board, okay? When it comes down to taxes, it hit us across the board, okay? So number one way was your earned income tax credit. Number two way was your itemized deductions. And your third way is your top line adjustments, okay? So what are adjustments, right? Adjustments is your student loan entrance deductions, okay? Your contribution to your Roth, right? Or your IRA, okay? Your educational, your teacher, you probably, well, most teachers still get that anyway, okay? Your tuition and fees deductions, if you are a graduate student, some of you dropped out of graduate school, so your adjustments are much lower as well. So what does that mean? If your adjustments are lower, your income is higher, and guess what? Your refund is lower. The higher your income, the higher your income, the higher your deductions and credits needs to be, guys, so your refund can still be high. Or if it's not the case, your refund would definitely be lower. So that's really a few of the reasons why many of you are going to be shocked, thrown back, taken aback, beat up, disturbed, might be crying in your feelings because your tax refunds are much lower than what you anticipated. And then last but not least, a lot of you might end up owing taxes. Do you really want to know why you might be owing? Well, number one, that unemployment that you received, you didn't pay any taxes on it. All of you, I'm seeing it across the board. A majority of all of my clients received unemployment. Only a few paid unemployment taxes, but the majority, no taxes. And they were completely shocked this year that they owed. And many of them, this was the first time that they ever owed in their life. They don't even understand how is it even possible for them to owe taxes. Okay? So that's number one. You didn't pay any taxes on your unemployment. Okay? Number two, you didn't pay enough taxes on your side gigs. So you probably worked for Walmart, you probably worked here, you probably did this, you probably did that, but you forgot that they're going to send you W-2s, okay? And you forgot that you have to pay taxes, and you hustling, you in the moment trying to sustain, and I commend you. These kids are I commend you, but you forgot a major key point. And the key point is that you are supposed to be paying taxes on all income that is earned. And working at Walmart, doing your Uber, doing your DoorDash and all of that stuff, you need to be paying taxes on that. Okay? But nobody told you guys that during the pandemic that you're still going to be obligated to pay taxes at the end of the year. I think many of you thought because they gave us extensions and they did XYZ, that, oh, you know what, they're going to look out for us Americans. They're going to look out for us, right? No, guys, they only, remember, the government's primary source of revenue is taxes. Okay? Let's put that in perspective. The government's primary revenue, 90%, 99% outside of tickets and all of that stuff. The government's primary revenue is your tax money. Okay? So with that being said, why wouldn't they still collect taxes? We will collapse if we don't. We already gave out trillions of dollars to us, right? So how do you think they're going to recover the trillions of dollars? They're going to recover it through your taxes. Okay? So my question to you guys is, did you anticipate, or if you've already filed your taxes, I would love to see you comment or post on this video on Instagram or something, wherever you guys are, on radionetwork.com. Was your refund impacted? Did you get the same amount? Because I already know some of my clients that I did the earned income tax credit thing, look back for them, they're happy-go-lucky. The clients that did not pay in unemployment, they're distraught. They distraught because guess what? They needed this money to sustain right now. And then the individual that just didn't have their shit in order, y'all, they already knew. They was like, yo, Folasade, man, I'm going to owe anyway. It's not even a big deal. You know, it is what it is, but I'm going to enjoy this money while I can. So right now, if that's the case, if any of those three situations happen, what could you possibly do? There's a lot of things that you guys can possibly do right now to really help yourself in this particular situation. Okay? So what we're going to do, I'm going to take a quick little break because my aunt then left and the kids are upstairs making a lot of noise and I need to get them quiet before we go into the segment 2. And then we'll be right back, guys. Okay? Your refund is not something extra, okay? That's another thing. Y'all sit here not even understanding that if you broke, you do need to find somebody to help you with your coins. I don't know why y'all think that accountants and financial advisors only work for the rich. Hell no. I had to financially advise myself to even get to where I am now. Shit, when I was getting refunds, I had to financially advise myself on how to use the refunds. Like, guys, my story, I used my actual tax refund to build my business. I really did. I had Brim. Brim was born 2012. Started the business 2011, August. I got my refund and I put it right back into the business. I didn't have employees then. I didn't have a big office. I didn't have all of the stuff that we got right now, right? I put it back into the business. So I had to financially advise myself too. So regardless of how much money you have or how much money you don't have, are you being smart with what you have? Are you going to do right with what you have? Make some investments, save some stuff, start your business, do some things. But the last thing I want you guys to do is just fuck it up. And that's been one of my drinks. That's my little Drake song. No, that's the last thing I want you guys to do because we're still treading light waters right now, y'all. I don't know when we're going to get out of all of this mess. And I don't see any anything happening overnight because there's too much policies happening. They haven't even really niched down and say who deserved what or who's supposed to get what. Biden is putting in so many executive orders and doing so much that they're blindly not even seeing that we're developing more and more problems as we're growing, as we're moving. So that's another story. We talk about taxes today. Do not file your taxes via TurboTax. I know you cheapskates and all of y'all like, Folasade, here you go again with this nonsense. Y'all know, every year I say it because I want you guys to do better. And let me give you a real live example of why TurboTax is never really that satisfying for all of you. Okay, number one, I had a client call. They've already paid their invoice and moved forward. But they called the office. Well, Randy called them and scheduled a meeting with me. Right? And so the first thing that the individual and his wife was saying was that they're not certain that they've been able to maximize Let me hold you to your future. Integrity matters. Honesty matters. Transparency matters. Okay? Accountability matters. Accounting matters. Okay? And being forthcoming matters. But most importantly, being you and staying true to yourself is what really matters. Guys, welcome back. We were just talking about 3 major ways that your tax refund, well, this particular tax year will be totally different than the years before, and that why you guys should expect some changes. And those 3 changes may be you might fall into one of the 3 categories where your tax refund is higher due to you still maintaining the same lifestyle, doing things the right way, hiring a tax professional like myself. Number 2, your refund may be much lower, okay, because you didn't have, we talked about it, so you want to go check out the replay on RipRadioNetwork.com or Spreaker, or anywhere podcasts are being posted. And then last but not least, you're like right in the middle where you didn't get a large refund, but you don't owe, you basically broke even. Okay, so before I went into break to kind of calm my kids down, because you see I'm in the house today, right? I was going to go into ways that you guys could mitigate these problems. So I'm first going to start by digesting the employee. So this is for all my 9-to-5ers, right? This is for all my 9-to-5ers. The main way for you guys to mitigate this stuff, honestly, can I be truthful? It sucks to be honest like this. If the earned income tax credit is your problem, yes, I can resolve it, okay? But if you didn't pay enough taxes As an employee, you are F-U-C-K-E-D. I'm sorry. The tax code does not benefit employees. So if you are an employee and you find yourself owing right now, right, it's hardly anything magical that anybody can do unless they're blatantly doing fraud, straight up. So don't fall for the bait. Don't say such and such said that they can do X, Y, Z. Hell to the nah. What they're probably going to do is put a fake business on there with losses so you can now get a refund. But that is complete blatant tax fraud. Don't fall for that bait. But what you could do is hire me to help you do an offering compromise, right? So that means you're telling the IRS, hey, bro, I owe you 5 G's, right? I can't pay the 5 G's, but I can pay 1,000. That's an offering compromise. So I can help you with that. That is literally the only solution, or getting on a payment plan. That is literally the only solution for all of my 9-to-5 workers. Unless you go to a shady tax preparer that's going to throw a fake business on there. You're going to get your coins now, and then you're going to owe IRS later, and you're going to be calling me, having to pay me thousands of dollars to represent you to get you out of the mess that you've gotten yourself into. So if you're a 9-to-5er, don't fall for the bait. Contact me. Let me do an offering compromise after tax season, and let's see what we can do to get this written down, right? Number 2, for all my entrepreneurs, guys, we got it good. We got a goody. Here's why, okay? As an entrepreneur, many of you are not maximizing your deductions off the bat. So when you come and work with a professional like myself that is knowledgeable about almost every loophole, every deduction, everything that's out there for you, guess what happens? I might find hidden credits. I might find hidden deductions. I might find different things that you're missing out. Carryovers, carry forwards, net operating losses, this, that, to offset your tax situation. Okay. And as a business owner, look, we don't pay taxes until we actually report to IRS what our final net income, or what you might say your net profit is. So let's say you made $100,000 and your expenses was $75,000. You are not going to pay taxes like an employee on $100,000. My bosses are going to pay taxes on only the $25,000. Okay, so working with a professional like myself to get that $25,000 down even more will benefit you. Okay, but guess what? Many of you are F-U-C-K-E-D. Guess why? Because you didn't do your bookkeeping. You didn't do your bookkeeping, and you don't have proper record keeping processes in place. So if you're looking for a magical wand, ding, can you first give me your bookkeeping first? Can you first give me your financial statements so I can know that every expense, every dollar that you spent in your business is right on that piece of paper, that I can maximize dollars so you won't be subject to penalties and entrance fees? Okay? So, guess what? You want to be the middleman. You ultimately, the best ideal tax situation is that you are the middle person. You are the one. That means you don't owe them no more than $1,000, and you're not getting back no more than $1,000. But my earned income tax credit individuals, my educational tax credit individuals, it is very difficult for you guys to get that close to break even, because even if you didn't pay that much in taxes, because your income was within a certain threshold, you still qualify for that additional funding. Okay, so in that particular case, I understand it. But if you don't qualify for earned income tax credit and things like that, then you should be falling within that category of breaking even. And ultimately, that's the best tax scenario out there. You don't really want to have your money sitting in the plate of IRS's in the Treasury bank account, and you don't want to have to pay so much at the end of the year. So the ideal tax situation is to not pay no more than $1,000 or receive no more than $8,000. Okay. Hope you guys are getting what I'm putting down. If you are not, please don't hesitate to message me and my team. Message me on our IG, direct message us, something. And if you're watching this video, just ask your questions, guys. We are here to serve you guys and bring clarity to you so you can make informed decisions and do right by your family. Okay. So for all of my Uber drivers, you guys, and Uber, DoorDash, Lyft, all of you guys are considered small businesses, okay? I don't know where this mind frame came from that, oh, y'all not a business. Yes, you are. I said it here on RIP Radio Network. It's no different. The only difference between my Uber drivers and a single member LLC is that they got their single member LLC registered. That's it. You filing the same forms. They not that special than y'all. They not. So guess what? Since y'all filing the same forms, shouldn't you be doing your bookkeeping and tracking your expenses? Shouldn't you be tracking your miles and your gas and your repairs and all of that stuff? Shouldn't you? Okay. For all my truck drivers out there, y'all out there putting loads out there on the road, are y'all not tracking things? Now, if you have a fleet more than 5 vehicles, yes, you can deduct your mileage, right? But if your fleet is less than 5 vehicles, you can track your mileage. You're supposed to be calculating your gas. You're supposed to be tracking everything. Guys, you guys are just, it's really starting to scare the hell out of me. The way so lackadaisical you guys are about this accounting stuff. Like, just because TurboTax and QuickBooks is online, stop negating the complexity of my industry. Straight up. Stop negating the complexity of my industry. So you think just because y'all can use TurboTax, oh, I don't know tax person, I'm good. You don't know what the fuck you done. You don't know shit. Y'all just typing in stuff and don't know nothing. And the reason why I said like this, and I'm about to pop off, is because I've been getting multiple calls from everybody over the past 3 days. Oh, for the past 4 years, I've been using TurboTax. And I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know if I'm missing anything. They're not your accountant, so you wouldn't know. Why would you think you would know? What makes y'all think that accounting is so easy? Do y'all know the CPA is the hardest fucking exam in one of the hardest exams in the world? Outside of like your medical, even above like the medical exam, the lawyers even say the CPA exam is harder than the law bar exam. And y'all thinking y'all could just do our job just because TurboTax gave y'all a software. Stop negating. This is why y'all in the situation y'all in, and y'all have to keep cheating the tax system, because you keep thinking that, oh, I don't need nobody. Girl, I can do my own taxes. I don't need to pay Folasade $400 to do my tax, but you don't know what you done. You don't even understand why you paying that much tax, girl. You don't even understand what an itemized deduction. Girl, you don't even understand if you can deduct your, girl, you don't know nothing. But you talking about you don't need an accountant. Guys, please, and I'm saying this in a jokingly manner, but I'm very upset and I get very, very frustrated with you guys because you keep playing with one of the most important industries in this economy. Accountants rule the world. I don't care what you say. We are the ones that sit there and help the world move. Without us, okay, there would not be a stock market. Who creates the financial statements? Accountants. Who helps the tax code? Accountants. Guys, stop playing with my industry. Just because TurboTax, welcome to TurboTax, it's Folasade. How may I help you? Stop it. Because y'all still confused and you know it. The only difference is you feel empowered because you don't have to pay somebody else to do something. But stop thinking that it's easy what I do or what other professionals like myself do, because it's not. Many of you leave money on the table every year because you decided to go and do your tax via TurboTax. Now, the ones that just got a W-2, power to you. Go do it on TurboTax. But you still might be confused. You still might be paying more tax than you're supposed to. You still don't know that you could take other deductions. You still don't know this and that. Like, no, guys, I'm having a blast. But the truth be told is this. Each and every one of you have an obligation to do one of two things. Take all the deductions and credits that you are legally able and knowledgeable enough to take. And number two, to minimize your tax burden with those credits. The tax code is over thousands and thousands of pages. Why do you guys think that hiring a professional like myself is not well worth it when we're the ones reading the codes? Like, do y'all not know that the only reason why I know so much is because every time they post a new publication or a new regulation, I have to sit there and read it? Just like y'all don't even know how to complete the W-4 form. So guess what I'm doing? I'm creating a blueprint so y'all can go ahead on and create the W-4 form. But y'all tell me y'all don't need an accountant, but y'all don't even know how to fill out y'all W-4 form? Stop playing with my industry, y'all. And this is why a lot of y'all don't even like me. And it's cool. And a lot of professionals don't even like me. And it's cool because I'm escape freely. Beeline right to the bank for the people that want me to serve. Because here's why. I'm not going to serve y'all fluff. Y'all out here playing games. And the majority of you guys are cheating on your taxes. You didn't claim university fees. Talking about you went to college. You didn't even graduate high school. You claiming other people's children, and that's not even your niece or your nephew, no type of relation at all. And you're going to get yourself caught up, okay? You claiming fictitious businesses because you refuse to figure out why you're owing so much. So guess what? You willing to keep going to that fraudulent tax person so they can throw some bullshit on your taxes, not even knowing that their ass is going to fuck the jail and your ass is going to fuck the jail with them. Point blank, period. All y'all ass is going to jail. And none of y'all will be able to pay me the $15,000 I need to even get started to make sure I get y'all out of that stuff and represent y'all. Y'all keep thinking. I'm sitting here now with case after case right now. Me and my staff. Call my office. Ask Randy how many cases we got. IRS is levying on these people's houses, garnishing their bank accounts. And y'all sitting there thinking that this shit is a game. And it's very frustrating to me because it's the majority of the Black community that I'm seeing because y'all refuse to sit down with somebody like myself and figure out how to legally beat the tax system. Y'all fuckers are keep going and throwing fake businesses, fake people, fake everybody just to get a few thousands of dollars. Right now, I got people on $25,000, $30,000 because they went to shady preparers. Like, this is not a game. And the reason why I'm getting hyped and the reason why I'm shutting you guys down today is because guess what? They're going to beef up auditing after they issue out these last payments. So for all y'all out here doing that, what's that track star? Should be the track star challenge, right? Y'all really gonna be a track star out here trying to call me running from the IRS. And I'm saying this from love because I don't want y'all to go through this. Your tax refund, this taxes is not free money, y'all. It is not, and it's not something to be playing with. But because in our community, we never understood what the tax game was, you guys think that it's okay because this is the norm. It is not normal. This is not, it's not okay. This is actually so embarrassing. How do you feel if your job get a notice saying, oh, they're garnishing your pay? Most of the people that get those letters, they job end up firing them, y'all. Their job, because they got to pay me more to do the processing. And it's embarrassing. The job is like, oh, well, if Don is going to cheat on his taxes and ain't paying his taxes, why are we going to have him here? We can't trust him. We can't trust her. But no. Y'all thinking this tax stuff is a game. It is not. And your livelihood, guys, should not be dependent upon the taxes. Your livelihood should not be dependent upon how much your tax refund is. Okay? It should not be. And if it is, you really have a major problem at hand. Because if things really is that tough that you got to cheat on your taxes every year, then we have to start asking ourselves, what are we not doing throughout the year to sustain? It is a bigger problem than just cheating on the tax system. It's a problem of money management, skills assessment, skill acquisition, pushing, motivation, perseverance, confidence. See, being the accountability accountant, guys, I already realized that the reason why our community, the Black community, goes through so much is because there's so many layers of problems that I have to break before you guys understand why you are taking the necessary steps and actions that you're doing right now. So many of you are cheating on the taxes because you didn't persevere and continue to go to college and go to school and get an education and work hard and take no and don't take no for an answer. Many of you are cheating because you refuse to budget effectively and save and put money to the side. Many of you are cheating the system because you refuse to sit down with a professional like myself and fully understand the tax system and the ramifications around your lifestyle and how to strategically use the tax system to lower your tax burden and to increase your refund legally. Many of you don't understand that in our community, it's deeper, it's internal. It's internal. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all can keep, oh, you tax tip this, tax tip that. Fuck that. I need to break y'all. Because whatever you doing right now, it ain't working. And I'm not happy. I see marriages get broken. College children can't go to college because their parents have to withdraw the money out so they can pay tax debt because they've been cheating the IRS for years. I got people that are respected in the community. You talking about big boy, big status, big girl status out here ruling people and stuff, like in control of people. And they shit fucked up, y'all. And I just sit there and I be like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do for these people? So I can't come up here and be happy. Like, and be normal or like a regular account. Like, y'all don't even act well today. Y'all don't even understand that. Y'all just want to try to get pay as little as possible and get as much. And that is something wrong internally too. And I'm sorry to say it, we messed up, y'all. Me included. But there's a solution. It starts with understanding your money barriers. Why do we depend on the taxes so much? Where did this come from? That we have to get these big refunds and this is right. So even now, when I tell people that you want to try to keep that money in your household throughout the year, they look at me like I'm crazy. What do you mean? I won't get $7,000 back? Well, just imagine if you had $7,000 in your household every year, 7,000 divided by 12 months, you almost have $600 extra in your pocket. So what could you do with the extra $600? Pay down your credit card debt, pay your car note down, save, invest, buy some Bitcoin, buy some stocks, whatever you want to do, right? But no, because we were never taught how the tax game worked, we only think that getting thousands of dollars during tax season is the way to go, and we will take at any cost to break it and try to get it, guys. And I don't want this for us anymore. I want you guys to understand that that is not a refund. That is not free money. It is your money that they held for a whole year and say, here, slave, here you go, here, person, here you go. You can have that back now. I took what I was supposed to take. You can have it back. That's what they're doing. But y'all don't get that part. The logic is your money from the beginning. It is not IRS's money. And then they also show that they don't trust you as an employee. How come me as a business owner, I can make $400,000 or $500,000 and report on my taxes, all my expenses, $400,000 of expenses, that only pay taxes on $100,000. But y'all, you made $3,000 last week and they took $1,500 for taxes before you got your money. Where I pay taxes after I spend all the money. So tell me the system isn't rigged. And I want you guys to understand that it's rigged for a reason, but it's a way out, and it's first off mindset. And I need us to stop thinking that it's free money, and it's not. It is your money, your hard-earned money. And I also want to let you guys know that there's major repercussions behind this. Your cousin that got audited, she not telling you that she hiring me because she owed $40,000 in taxes and they garnished her bank account and she only got $1,000 left to survive. See, they not telling y'all that. They're not telling y'all that they went to shady tax professionals for years and now it caught up with them and they're sitting back and they owe so much money. Y'all not talking about that at the barbecue. Y'all talking about, I got $5,000, girl. I'm about to go to the Gucci store. I'm about to go and do this. I'm about to go do that. Nah. Sit down. I don't want none of y'all to do that. The reality is that everything we do in the dark is going to come out in the light. And the most embarrassing thing to happen is for the IRS to start garnishing your wages, putting levies on your home, and taking what you worked hard for just because you want to get an extra $2,000 back. And let me say this for you guys. They don't come when you down and dirty and broke. They come when you making money. They come when you buy that house. They come when you finally have assets for them to confiscate. They come when you think you off your big boy, big girl status and you buy big shit doing big things. And then you get that tax bill for $90,000, $50,000 and you don't know what to do with yourself. That's when they come. So while y'all out here, track star, I was listening to that song to y'all. So I should have did this little thing, something, right? Y'all gonna be track stars running for me to save y'all. And the reality is, as much as I'm laughing, I'm crying inside because this is the reality that I live in and I see this every day. And my goal is to prevent you guys from making the same mistakes that I see people, not my clients. These are people that are not my clients that are hiring me to save them. Okay? I don't want you guys to go through that. So yes, I laid y'all out. Yes, I cursed you out. But I love you guys the most. And I refuse for you to mess up your future for $1,000. Lose your job for $1,000. Because if you would cheat on your taxes, you will cheat almost for anything. So guys, that's kind of all I got for y'all tonight. I know it was a little raw and dirty. Y'all, if you've been following me for years, y'all know I get like this every, 2 months? I get like every 2 months, every quarter, I think I lay y'all out. Every quarter. And I'm doing it from pure love, and y'all may not get it. But I'm tired of seeing us down, y'all, and it starts with mindset. The taxes is not a refund. It is your money that they're finally saying, here you go. You gave us too much. Here's your change. Here's your change. But you guys are trying to cheat for your change and messing up what can be your big money tomorrow. So guys, I'm your girl Folasade, the accountability accountant, guys. Today's show was amazing. Well, every time I pop off, I think the show is amazing, right? But I know I'm not for everyone, which is fine, and that's cool. But if you enjoyed tonight's show, go to bit.ly/TMZ, get notified. Join me in my team's mailing list. So you can get tax tips, tax strategies. If you're looking for a tax professional who's raw and dirty like myself, I said raw and dirty. Raw and dirty like myself, give my office a call. My staff will be glad to get you on my calendar. Call 202-618-1297. And if you have any questions, if you know you've done some dirty stuff and you like, oh, you know, like today, can you help me? Message me, Instagram, comment below here. And better yet, share the show with one of your friends, guys. It's much needed because I'm trying to break generational curses and build generational wealth within the African American community, guys. Have a good night. bit.ly/TMZ, all caps, get notified, and look out for what we have coming out in store and all of our guests coming on the show, guys. Tonight was amazing. I hope that you guys learned